Hey guys, it's me, Paige Turner, and today we are going to make a very simple percussion instrument. We are going to be making clapping sticks. And these are inspired by Australian clapsticks or clapping sticks, and we're actually going to use that inspiration for the design. They use some dot painting. They have little creatures on them, but that's the design I like, but you can make them however you want to make them, however you want to design them. As always, use your imagination and be creative. Now, we're just going to use some very simple materials to make these. What we're going to use are, can you tell what they are? They're just paint sticks, paint stirring sticks. And you get these, actually, I got these at Home Depot. You can tell, there's their logo. So they actually have them for free in the paint department. So if you ask them, they will give you some of these, and they are really, really fun to make crafts with. They paint really, really nicely. And there are two different sizes. So there's the smaller size, and that's what I made these orange ones with, the smaller size. But they also have these really cool big paint sticks that you can use to stir a big thing of paint. But these also make really nice. Ooh, listen to that sound, that's awesome. I love it, I like the big ones. All right, and I actually made some big ones right there. And I left one blank because we're gonna design this one in a few minutes. But again, I created some critters and some dots, and I'll show you those in just a minute. But the other things that you're going to need are some paint and some markers and some paintbrushes, and I like these big foam paintbrushes for this one, but you can use any kind of paintbrush. And also I'm going to use some cotton swabs to make my dots, but you can also just use a marker or the back of a paintbrush or whatever you want. And that's pretty much it. So let's get started. I'm going to take a big paint stick. We'll put the small ones aside, but you can make any size you want. And I'm just gonna put some paint right in my little tray right here. Now I like to paint the sticks. I like the way the yellow looks because then you can really see the designs that you put right on there. See that right there? So there's some designs. The orange I like too, but you don't see the dots quite as clearly. See my little crab there? Fun with my little sea creatures and my octopus that I think only has 7 legs, but I couldn't fit another one. Okay, so I'm going to just paint this yellow. Now, if you see this one, I painted one side yellow and then I painted the other side red because very often these do have some things on them, some logos and some writing and some words, and that's fine, but if you want to paint over that, you might need a little bit of a darker color to paint over it. Also, you can use watercolor on these or water-based paint on these or tempera, that's fine, but the acrylic paint soaks in a little bit better and gives you a little bit of a darker, richer color. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to use some yellow right here. I'm just going to paint my stick. Whew. See how nicely these sticks paint so nicely. They're so much fun to paint. All right, so do one side yellow. You can paint it whatever you want to paint it. And it dries pretty quickly, but you know, once that dries and you can flip it over, paint another color on the other side, or you could paint yellow on this side, but again, like the yellow, you might need a few coats if you do yellow on that side, if there is writing on your stick, and if you don't want to see the writing. Okay, so I'm actually going to set this one aside and let it dry over here, and I'm going to take this one that I painted earlier, and now I'm just going to decorate it. So these are inspired by Australian clapsticks or clapping sticks that are used by the Aboriginal people of Australia during ceremonies. And The Aboriginal people of Australia very often create this beautiful art that is made from dots, and they call it dot painting. And they are these beautiful, elaborate designs, and very often there are animals or symbols or things in there that then sort of get hidden with the dots. So we're gonna try and use a little bit of inspiration from that dot painting. So now I'm just going to use my markers. But again, you can just use paint for this part if you want, whatever you wanna do. But I like to use the marker for this. So I'm gonna match this one a little bit. So they're gonna be kind of matching sticks. And I'm going to draw some creatures. So I'm gonna draw some lizards, or a lizard. A nice long tail, like the purple and the yellow. I think you know by now I like purple. Maybe you can put a little more detail in there if you like, but I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I'm gonna do a turtle over here. Just a simple basic shape for my turtle. Turtle head, little feet. And then one more lizard down here. So now I have my shapes. Now I want to hide them with dots. We're not really going to hide them too much, but the dots look really cool and they're a fun way to design your clapping stick. But again, do whatever design you want to do. Anything is just fine. But I'm gonna cover them with dots because I think dots are fun. So I'm just gonna, let's see, do a combination of paint and marker for this one. So I think I'll start with the marker instead of the paint. Okay. Yep. So I think I'll do some green dots. And it's fun if you kind of follow the outline. This one, I actually put a little ring there on the handle. I also like these paint sticks because they have built-in handles. There we go. Edges, you can paint the edges, you can color in the edges. So much you can do with these. Ooh, I should have put that purple. Oh well, they're backwards. That's okay. There we go. I need some more dots. Let's see, what color should I do? Maybe I will add some paint now. Do some red dots. So I'm going to use my Q-tip, my cotton swab, to get some dots with the paint. Very gentle dab. Get slightly bigger dots with this. So you can experiment, see what size dots you like if you want to do dot painting. Okay, so this one has a few more dots. Let's see, what other color dots can we add? Maybe a few purple dots. I'm going in with the marker. Few more dots. So have fun with it. Make whatever designs you want. Do the dots or don't do the dots, it's up to you. Now something else that you can do is you can actually put two together with some glue and it will give you a slightly different sound. So if you glue those together, they'll have a slightly thicker, heavier, oh, I just painted that, didn't I? Stick, and you'll get a different sound. So you can experiment with that and see what you come up with. Now I just painted that one side, but once that's dry, you can paint the other side with whatever design you want to paint it with. And then you can have some fun with your clapping sticks. Enjoy, have a good time, and remember, when you create, when you make music, when you read, when you use your imagination, every day is an adventure.